Hello, Facebook friends. It is a good day. We're helping Candace Reed. She's quadriplegic, and she called me with a number of issues, one of which was a bed that didn't work. Her wheelchair had stopped functioning, all the things that she needs done. Well, right now I am at Paraquad, and Paraquad has genuinely donated this bed. It's about a $5,000 bed here to replace the one that she has. She couldn't use that one anymore, and obviously that caused her a great deal of problems, not being able to adjust and move the bed up and down, and how she needed to move it. That caused its own share of health issues. But this one, she won't have that problem now. We're going to take that out to her. It's been Paraquad and I have really combined on this effort. They're donating the $5,000 bed, and I'm going to pay the $600 that it will cost to transport it to her house. We're at the Paraquad warehouse right now. And also the wheelchair. This is her wheelchair, and Paraquad has moved this wheelchair from her apartment, from where she had been living. It had been stuck there. It wouldn't work, wouldn't operate, because the battery was no more. The battery was broken, and so the wheelchair wouldn't work. And so the Paraquad people transported it here to their warehouse. It needed a new battery, and so I paid to put the battery in here, in the wheelchair, so that now this wheelchair works. And Candace is going to be back in good shape. And Dave, I want to talk to you for a sec. You put in a lot of work on this.
Well, this is what Paraquad does. Our mission is to make St. Louis more accessible for people with disabilities. We have what we call our reuse program that accepts donations of used durable medical equipment. And luckily, someone had donated the bed to us, and that gave us the opportunity to give it to people in need.
Tell us a little bit about this bed. You had demonstrated it to me, and show me a little bit about. I'll hold this for you if you need me to. This is actually better than the bed she has now.
Yeah, the bed she has now was typical residential Medicaid bed, and this is a much better quality bed. It will raise up. I have to plug it in. We've unplugged it.
Okay, and this one, like I said, actually, this is a better bed than the one she has now. Dave's going to demonstrate it.
So we'll raise the head and the feet, plus it will also raise the entire bed. And by doing that, it will allow her to easily transfer from her bed to her wheelchair.
Let me step on the other side of you here, Dave. I'm going to try to do it without tripping here. Oh, sorry. So you said the whole bed will raise up. Let me see you do that here, buddy.
So the whole bed will raise up. That will make it easier for her to transfer from the bed to the wheelchair. And then you can lower the bed, and that will allow her easier to transfer from her wheelchair to her bed using a sliding board. It will increase her independence and not require people to assist her in moving back and forth.
So you said you had a program where people can actually donate items to Paraquad? Explain that.
It's called the Paraquad Reuse Program. Last year we gave over 320 pieces of equipment to people. All of it has been equipment that's been donated to Paraquad. What we do is we accept the equipment, clean it up, and then give it to people, store it, and give it to people in need.
What kind of equipment? Tell me what types of equipment. Go ahead.
Anything as small as a cane or a shoehorn to as large as a hospital bed to a power wheelchair. And we wouldn't have this equipment except for the generous donations of the community to our program.
This is important for people with disabilities to be able to utilize the service, isn't it? Like
Yep.
Candace, for example, who couldn't have afforded this.
Yeah. Too often, insurance will only pay for equipment every 5 years. So if a piece of equipment breaks before the 5 years is up, they are out of luck. So we quite often are replacing equipment for people whose equipment is broken and insurance won't buy them new stuff. We've even replaced equipment for wheelchairs that are stolen from people.
Wheelchairs that are stolen?
Yes. We've had several cases where power wheelchairs have been stolen, and we've had to replace the wheelchair.
These wheelchairs are not cheap, are they?
No, depending upon the power wheelchair, it can go from $5,000 to $20,000.
Wow. How did you, and you were able to get this wheelchair out of the house, out of that other house and get it here?
Yeah.
That couldn't have been easy. Let's walk over here and look at that could not have been that easy. How much is this let me ask you, how much does this wheelchair weigh?
Probably about 350 pounds.
Wow.
So luckily the lift was working at the old house, so I was able to use the lift to lower it down from the house to street level and then pushed into accessible van. So,
but she was not able to use this wheelchair because it was out of power.
The batteries had died. There were a combination of things of not being charged for over an extended period of time that caused the batteries to die. There was also a short from a broken headlight wiring that shorted out, causing the batteries to die.
So you guys were able to do what you could do, and then it was a matter of the company coming in and replacing the battery.
Yeah, we were able to get a set of batteries that you paid for to replace them, and they gave it to us at their cost and installed them. So that was Therapeutic Specialties that did that for us.
Talked to them today, and like I said, I paid for the battery, which was about, I don't know, $500, but you know, it needs a battery.
Yeah.
But now the important thing is that she will have use of a new bed that you guys are providing, a $5,000 bed, and she'll have use of her wheelchair. That her wheelchair had been left in the other house that she moved from, so she really had none to use. So now Candace, who, like I said, a quadriplegic, will have advantages. She'll be able to use her wheelchair and be able to use her bed. And obviously, with all the challenges that she has had, this will be a blessing for her. She's 29 years old. We're going to see her later today. She's 29 years old. She became quadriplegic. She was standing on the bus stop getting ready to go to work, and a drunk driver slammed into her and left her with that disability. And so she was living a completely normal life before that. And I think it happened like last year. She was leading a completely normal life before that, and till the drunk driver, like I said, slammed into her and left her quadriplegic. And then she had the additional challenges of the chair not working, having left that in the old apartment that she had just moved from, but did not have the chair working, and her bed stopped working, and that produces a whole lot of problems when you are a quadriplegic and you can't get your bed to lift, and you just have to stay in that one position. Obviously, that leads to a whole lot of problems, doesn't it?
Yeah. Without being able to reposition using the bed or the power wheelchair, it can cause pressure sores and decubitus ulcers for people who have no feeling from spinal cord injuries.
It makes the situation even worse.
Yes.
That is. Thank you. So, any event, and I'm going to continue showing you this story throughout the day, but just wanted to show you this. We are in the Paraquad warehouse. They have a lot of the equipment here, and they do have equipment, a lot of it that's been donated. And you heard Dave. Dave, how do people, if they want to donate equipment, who do they reach? What do they do?
They can call Paraquad at 314-289-4200 and ask to donate, and we'd be happy to accept the donations.
Now, do you guys go and pick up the stuff?
We can go pick up some stuff. It just depends on scheduling, and sometimes it's might be a few weeks before we're able to get stuff.
Dave, thank you. And appreciate for Candace. Thank you, Dave. All right, buddy. Okay, guys, so that's where we are right now. Okay, that's where we are right now in the Paraquad warehouse, and we're waiting on 2 men and a truck. So I've got the delivery service that's coming here, the moving service, I should say, that's coming here. They're going to move the bed and the wheelchair. I am paying for that to be done. Not cheap, but certainly needed. So we're waiting for 2 men in a truck to arrive, and they're going to take this to Candace's house. She had to go to the hospital last week. We were going to do this last week. Candace had to go to the hospital, and so right now an ambulance is going to bring her back home, and the ambulance attendants, of course, will put her back in her bed, but now she will have a new bed and a new wheelchair when she finally comes back home today. And we will, of course, be able to show you her reaction. So a day we're getting a chance to help Candace Reed, who called us for help, and glad that we are able to respond with the help of Paraquad. I'm going to keep you up on this today, my Facebook friends.